As you can see from the title, we're talking about what is stopping you from making money online. What's stopping you from making money online? What's stopping you from starting, actually, making money online? What's the thing that is blocking you from doing that? While I'm doing this live, I'm going to be working as well. I've got my laptop here. I'm going to be working. I'm doing this 33 Digital Abundance Challenge. And the challenge is to really delve deep when it comes to mindset training for making money online. And even people that have made a lot of money online, you still need to keep your mindset, aligned with your decisions and with your goals and stuff. And so it's not just for people that are new to making money online. The Digital Abundance Challenge, it's not just for people that are new. Anyway, so today is really to talk about, the reason why I decided to do this live is to talk about what is stopping you from beginning your online income journey. What is stopping you? There's probably a bunch of different things, but I want to talk about those things today. I'm going to be doing 30 days of lives, and I'm going to be doing 2 lives a day on YouTube, on this channel. I'm going to be doing 1 live a day, 1 or 2 lives a day on my other channel, which is about manifestation specifically, but 30 days of lives. And I'm going to be speaking about making money online. I'm going to be speaking about mindset and the mindset you need to make money online and to build your online income and all of that, because people just think it's all about hustling and effort and working non-stop. But there's a lot more to it. There's a lot more to it than just working non-stop. You have to have the right mindset, otherwise you'll quit. Because I'm going to wait for people to get on the live, but think about it. If you don't have the right mindset, there'll be days when you don't feel like working. And you're waiting for this spark of inspiration, this motivation to actually do the work. But you can't wait for that. You have to just do it when even when you don't feel like it. You have to do it when you're scared. You have to do it when people are laughing at you. You have to do it. Let me give you an example. There's a guy, I always forget his name. I think his name is King Jen, something like this, but he's a dancer. And he's he's lost a lot of weight now, but at one point he was really overweight, but he was dancing despite all the people leaving comments, negative comments about him. I would say most of the comments are about, I would say 80% of the comments are good, but 20% of them were bad, negative. And he keeps going, and he's lost a lot of weight since then, but he keeps going. But anyway, what is stopping you? What is stopping you from making money? What's stopping you from building that online income? What is stopping you? What's the thing that's stopping you? There's a bunch of different things that would probably be stopping you from making money. Hi, Juno, hi. Today we're talking about what is stopping you from starting your online income journey. What is stopping you? And a lot of people have many excuses as to what's stopping them. By the way, I'm working on my laptop, that's why I'm looking at there. What's stopping you? One of the things that could be stopping you, I'm saying what's stopping you? What's stopping you from starting your online income journey? If you're someone who's been trying to make money online, what's stopping you? There's a bunch of different things. One of them could be that you just don't feel ready. You feel like you need to feel ready before you start. Another thing could be that you're scared of failing, and so you just don't even take the next step. What is it? Anyone here that's trying to build an online income, what has stopped you? What stopped you from actually taking the next step? Often, it is fear of failure, fear of also being laughed at by family or friends. Like, you might have a lot of friends or family members that have an opinion about building an online business, and so you're scared of starting because you think people might laugh. It's kind of scary. Okay, Junuve, what's scary about it? What scares you? What scares you when it comes to building an online income? What are, I would say, like, name 2 things that scare you when it comes to building an online income. Because there must be something behind that fear. I feel like people would laugh. Okay, yeah. So you think that people are going to laugh at you. Okay, so what is the thing that you would be doing that you think people would laugh at? Are you thinking about building an audience online, like an audience on YouTube or TikTok or Instagram, and being on video and showing your face? Is that what's scaring you? Okay. You don't have to do that, though. That's not the only way of building an online business. You can, if you're thinking about creating content, you don't have to necessarily create videos. You can do written content, you can blog. There's so many platforms that you can write content on. Medium.com. You've got Vocal Media, which is another platform you can write on. You've got Threads. I did start, but I stopped time to time. Okay, but what have you done? What methods have you used to make money online? You've tried to build a YouTube channel, or have you tried to do TikTok? Oh, you made videos. What platform? Were you on TikTok? YouTube? Which platform were you using? Instagram? Were you showing, another question I have for you as well, were you showing your face? YouTube and TikTok, okay, were you showing your face though? Were you doing face videos? Or faceless ones? Because you know you don't have to show your face. You weren't showing your face, so why are you scared then? Why are you scared? If you're not showing your face, why are you scared? If you're doing faceless videos, why are you scared? Because no one knows it's you. So what's the fear then? If you're not, by the way, I'm talking to someone on here, Junuve. Oh, you feel like you won't be successful. Basically, fear of failure. The thing is, you have to fail at some point in order to get to that level of success in the first place. In order to reach a certain point in your success journey, you need to fail. You need to fail. Because when you fail, it's feedback. And it gives you an understanding of what you need to do differently next time. And so instead of thinking, well, I don't want to do it because I'm scared of failing, or I'm scared of not being successful, the same thing, see your failure as being feedback. And don't see it as, oh, well, I failed, so it means that's the end of my journey. Just keep going. Just keep going. You know, I had a YouTube channel that had 20,000 followers. Oh, Juno, okay. I had a YouTube... Where are you from, Juno? Where do you come from? Where do you live? Yeah, I had a YouTube channel with 20,000 followers. I had another one that was almost at 80k followers. And I quit both of those channels because even though one of the channels was doing well, really well, I didn't feel happy with the topic. Sudan, okay. I didn't feel comfortable with the topic. I didn't enjoy what I was creating, the content I was creating. I felt like I was being fake. And so I stopped. And I wasn't even making money from those channels either. I had a lot of followers, but I wasn't making money. You see, so it proves that you don't necessarily need millions of subscribers to make money. You know, you don't necessarily need millions of subscribers to make money. You can even make money from 500 subscribers, even 200 subscribers. Oh, you're from Sudan, okay. I'm based in the UAE, United Arab Emirates. you feel like you're bad at socialising. The thing is, if you're saying you feel like you're bad at socialising, you're telling yourself that you're bad at socialising. You keep saying that, and so the more you say that, the more you will be. Like, I'm going to tell you something about myself. I used to always identify as being someone who has social anxiety, and I used to tell people that all the time. I would say I'm an introvert, I have social anxiety, I have all these issues. And the more I said that to myself, the more I began to feel anxious every time I went to an event, or every time I went out, or every time I came on a live, or every time I did videos. And the funny thing is that at one point I was doing lives every day. That's why I'm doing this 30-day challenge, to do 30 days of lives. I would go on a live, and when I'm on my live stream, my heart is pounding because I'm scared that people are going to laugh or they're going to say something negative. And it just got to a point where I was like, do you know what? Screw it. The people that are going to laugh at you are people that have got so much insecurity that they think that all they can do is watch someone and laugh. Why not go and do something for themselves instead of watching someone else and laughing at what they're doing? Not so bad until they killed. When they killed me the past 2 years, I found my friend got time to say I have bad stuff. Okay, you got bullied. Okay, anyway, I want to touch on some of the other reasons why people might, or why you, or anyone that is watching might be struggling with actually starting. What's stopping them from starting, or what's stopping you from starting? Another thing is this thing called analysis paralysis. Overload of information. Too much information. Oh no. Sorry to hear that, Juno. I think it's important for you to try and forget about the past. I know it's not easy to forget about the past because sometimes it can constantly play in your mind, but try and think about what you can do now to change things. If you have been bullied in the past and you have a lot of trauma or different things like that, obviously you might need therapy. But aside from that, what can you do to help other people that have found themselves maybe in the same situation that you're in now, feeling insecure about starting a business, thinking about what's happened in the past? What can you do to help people? So think about what you can do to help people, and that is what you can use to build your digital business. Because when it comes to building a digital business, the best thing you can do is help as many people as possible. So if you're going through something difficult, what are the strategies you're using to get yourself out of that situation? And ask yourself, how can I help other people? Can I create content about it? Okay, fine. So I was talking to one of the people in the chat, Juno, and one of the things they mentioned was struggling with fear of failure and being bullied in the past, and that's what's affected their decision or their ability to go forward and push forward when it comes to building an online business. And I understand that. I really understand it. It's something that I identify with as well, because when I was in school, as a woman of colour, black woman, I went to school in the UK, in London. I went to a pretty much all Caucasian school, and I was bullied, but I didn't accept the bullying. I fought back, but it affected my self-esteem over the years when it comes to being on camera, when it comes to putting content out there, when it comes to connecting with people. But what I've done is I've taken that feeling of insecurity or anger or fear, and I've used it as fuel to build an online business for myself. I would say I'm just scratching the surface of video content, but I've made the majority of my money, when it comes to my digital business, I've used written content. So I would write blog posts. I would do 3 blog posts a day on medium.com, and I would do 2 blog posts a day on my own blog. I would do a lot of writing, and that's what's really helped me to build my online business. I didn't build my online business by being on camera, actually. That's not what helped me. It was writing first. So if you're someone who is scared of building an online business, written content could be the thing that helps you. Written content could be the thing that actually helps you if you're scared of building an online business. You don't want to show your face and all of that. Written content could help. I was just talking about, before I mentioned that, I was talking about analysis paralysis and information overload, and how, because there's so many different strategies and platforms and opinions and all these different options when it comes to making money online, sometimes it's hard to decide which method of online business you want to use. So in my opinion, the solution is to simplify and choose a platform, choose a skill, choose an offer, and be clear. Instead of trying to do a million different things at once, because often what people do is they try affiliate marketing, they don't see the results straight away, so they quit and do something else. They try YouTube, they feel like they're not seeing results, so they quit and try something else. They try TikTok, they feel like... The best thing is to start with something small. Start with one thing and then move on from there. I would recommend that you do a challenge. So you can say, okay, I want to build an online business. I don't really know what business to start, so just do 30 days of content on whatever platform you choose. YouTube, TikTok, Instagram, whatever platform you choose, do 30 days of content. Do a 30-day challenge, a 30-day sprint of content. Every single day, post something. It doesn't have to be anything too intense. You don't even need to know what you're doing in terms of the audience you're trying to attract or the thing that you're going to sell. You just need to create the content, and over time, you'll gain clarity on that. I'm going to give you an example of what I did when I first started writing on Medium. I had no idea what I wanted to write about, actually. I have so many passions. I'm a multi-passionate person. I like so many different things. And when I started creating content on Medium, which is a writing platform, it's not videos or anything, it's writing. I didn't know what to write about, so I just wrote about something that I was interested in. And one of the things that I was interested in at that time was plant-based lifestyle, vegan food. So I started writing about vegan food. And one article blew up. It became viral. It was all over the internet at one point. And then I was like, okay, you know what? This article went viral. Let me create a vegan ebook. So I created the vegan ebook. Didn't really do that well. But I'd made quite a good amount of money from my Medium content from writing about vegan food. And then I decided to just write about whatever I want. And the thing that really stuck was me talking about how I built my online content writing business. And that's where something clicked. And I was like, okay, right, I can coach people on how to build a writing business. I can create digital products about how to build a writing business. And I can use my Medium page, my writing on my Medium page, as a vehicle to drive traffic to my newsletter and drive traffic to my one offer at that time, which was an ebook about building a blog. That ebook was called The Blog Accelerator, and it went so far. Hi, do you know, hi. That blog went Blog Accelerator e-guide was really successful. And that was my first taste of success when it comes to building a digital product business. It was the first taste of success that I had. But do know, I want to say something to you, and whoever's listening as well. You don't necessarily have to, if you want to make money online, you don't necessarily have to build a business. You can just freelance. That's one of the things that I found has really helped me, is to just be a freelancer. When you're freelancing, you don't have to sell anything, you don't have to do anything. All you do is do the work and make the money. That's it. I have something called a Remote Tasks Club. It's a 1-year membership, and when you sign up for the membership, you get access to tasks. And it's something that I created for people that really don't want to build a digital business around selling something. And it's been really powerful for people that want to make money online but don't have the guts to build their own digital business, or the time, or they just don't want to. Because it's not everyone that wants to build a digital business. Oh, okay, passion. You mentioned, Juno, you're saying passion could be an issue as well. Yeah, passion. Passion. The thing is, what you're passionate about might not be the thing that makes the money. That's the thing. That's a problem as well that some people do face. Like, the thing that they're interested in, it might not be the thing that makes the money that they want to make. But I tell you what, one of the most successful people that I know that has built a digital business, they create content about whatever they want. They haven't got a niche. They haven't created some kind of niche business. They just vlog. That's it. And then they sell stuff. They have affiliate links for all different products and they sell stuff. That's it. They don't have any kind of business like where they're like, right, okay, this website is for this particular product and it's for this particular audience. They just vlog about their lives, and they've attracted brand deals and all kinds of things. So I don't like it when I speak to coaches that say, there's only one way of making money online. This is the best way, and if you don't do this, you're not going to make money. I feel like everyone should find their own path when it comes to building a digital business. Find your own lane. You don't have to do what another person is doing. You know, you just find your own lane. And that's where I feel like content is such a magical way of building a business, because you don't have to put yourself in a box and say, right, this is the type of content I'm going to create and that's it. You can just experiment and start creating content about whatever you want. You know, you can build a channel about your life. Yeah, like Mr. Beast. You know, he started creating lots of different types of content and he's built a massive $1 billion business out of it. So, and even when you think about like iShowSpeed, someone like iShowSpeed as well, someone like Kai Cenat, those streamers, most of the time they're not talking about anything specific. They're just there messing around on camera. You see, but they've attracted massive brand deals, they've built businesses out of it, they've built whole brands out of it. So it's not so much about, oh, I need to build a business that is geared towards a specific topic, and if it's not, it means it's going to fail. You know, just get out there and create the content. That's it. It doesn't have to be video content either. It can be written content. It can be written content on platforms. There's so many platforms now that you can write content. Medium, I'm going to give you some free of charge. Just listen to this. Medium, Substack, Threads, Twitter, Quora, LinkedIn, even Reddit. People are making millions using these platforms. They don't show their faces. All they're doing is writing content. You know, obviously also you've got the faceless content and all of that, which is another way. You know, some people are making money online by creating videos that where they don't show their face at all, but they're talking over, you know, footage that they might have filmed themselves, or footage that they've found on stock platforms. For example, there's a guy called Brian Scott. He's I'm going to say he's like a manifestation type coach. He rarely shows his face. I think I've only seen him showing his face when he goes on lives, but generally he doesn't show his face. He does these videos and they're called activations. They're called activations, and he doesn't show his face. He just talks over a bunch of video footage. It's mostly like stock footage that he uses, and he's giving advice. He does manifestation and meditation type videos, and he's making loads of money. So I'm going to be honest with you here. I just feel like there isn't really any excuse anymore when it comes to building an online business, because there's so many options now. And with AI, you can't go wrong. Brian Scott, yeah. If you type in Brian Scott manifestation on YouTube, you're going to find like a bunch of content. You know, there's so many ways of making money online. You don't necessarily have to build a business though. You can freelance, like I said. You don't have to necessarily build some kind of business or even create content if you don't want to. You can just be a freelancer, do the work, make money. But it really depends on what your goal is in life. You might want to build a business, a digital business, because you want freedom. And often freelancing, despite the fact that it's called freelancing, it doesn't come with freedom. It can be quite stressful. Unless you have 2 or 3 high-paying clients where you do the work, you get paid every week, and that's it. Often freelancing can feel like a hamster wheel because you're constantly searching for work. That's why I said I have this remote tasks club where you pay a 1-year membership and you get access to tasks and training and all of that, and you don't have to search for work. I want to talk about how some people also have a problem with feeling like they've missed their chance because they feel like the online business space is saturated. Too many people doing it. And so there's no point, because if I start now, I'm not talking about myself, talking generally, like if I start now, I'm going to have a very low chance of achieving success because there are too many people doing the same thing. And I'm going to say, let me just answer the question in a second about the old channels and Juno. I'm going to say that it doesn't matter how many people are doing something, there's always a place for you. Even if there's a billion people creating content about making money online, you are you're yourself. Like, you're a unique person. Therefore, your perspective on making money online isn't going to be the same as another person's. So even if you're teaching the same thing, you look different, you sound different, you're going to have a different audience, your tribe is going to be different. Therefore, you shouldn't see it that because too many people are doing it, it means you shouldn't do it because you think the market is crowded. It's not. It never will be. Because if that was the case, why are there so many restaurants on one street? You know, everyone's got their preference. And so you shouldn't feel like because there are a lot of people doing something, it means that it's so saturated that there's no point trying. Still try. The question is, may I ask your old channels, what were they about? Okay, so I had one that was all about plant-based lifestyle, food. I'm still interested in food, but I wasn't interested in plant-based lifestyle anymore. Yeah, when it comes to choosing your lane, when it comes to online business, or even creating content or whatever it is, I feel like you should just start and not think about it too much. Because you can spend so much time trying to think and think and think, overthink, and just never do anything. This is the problem that a lot of people do have. Think, no action. I think it's important I know it's important to just take action. I'm going to give you an example. So I have multiple pages that I've built over the years where I'm selling digital products. And I was creating one page one day and I was like, I don't think people are going to buy this. And so I just stopped. And it was months and months and months went by and then I didn't do anything with the page. One day I had this thought. It was like almost like an epiphany. And I said, right, let me go back to it. And I decided to release a digital product, which was the most simplest, basic digital product anyone could ever release. It was a 3-page guide, but it had a lot of value in it. And I didn't try too hard to make it look all fancy or anything like that. I just provided the information, created a cover for it, and I just put it out there. If I hadn't put that book out there, or that e-guide out there, I wouldn't have made $4,000 that month. I made $4,000 that month from that one e-guide that cost $10. That I put it out there for $10. I made $4,000 from that e-guide because people were just buying it like this. Hot cake, hot cake, hot cake. But imagine if I decided, nah, I'm not going to do it. No, I'm not going to, I'm going to quit. I'm going to like not do it because this topic is too saturated. Or I'm thinking. Well, I wouldn't have made that extra money. You see, so it's not so much about overthinking everything. I can sit here right now at my laptop. I can sit here right now and in 2 hours I create a digital product and put it out there. The tip that I have is just to stop overthinking and get on with it. Like it's really, I think some coaches provide too many strategies and do this and do that and do this. Just get on with it. You know, if you have a phone, most likely you have a phone, just start creating content. Forget about what the topic is going to be about and just start talking about whatever you want. As time goes on, you're going to know what people need in terms of a digital product or a physical product or anything else, a service. But don't overthink it. Overthinking is the enemy of success and progress. Just stop overthinking and just get on with it. Like literally, that's what I tell people. I just tell people, for goodness sake, just do something. Instead of thinking and never doing anything at all. You know, thinking, by the end of the year, you've done nothing. You've achieved nothing, you've put nothing out there, you've just wasted your time thinking instead of doing. No, I mean, I think on this particular live, you are, but generally, on my other lives, I've had like a lot of other people talking and stuff like that. But you know, I stopped doing lives. I haven't done a live in a while. It's been a few months that I've done a live on this channel. I had this sort of moment of perceptive clarity this morning, and I said I'm going to do a live. So I'm doing 30 days of lives, doing 2 lives a day for 30 days on this channel, because I'm doing this thing called the Digital Abundance Challenge, where I'm posting daily on here, and I'm doing affirmations every single day in regards to my digital business, because I'm taking my digital business to the next level. Yeah, you know, I think there are a lot of coaches out there, a lot of people out there that have built a really successful digital business, but then something has happened, the digital business has crashed, and they've had to start again. You know, there's no harm in starting again. I've built several digital businesses. Some have failed, some have succeeded, some have been really successful and then crashed, and some have had to start again. With my channel now, this particular channel, it's a channel that I've been having to build again because I stopped posting for a very long time because I was focusing on written content and building other digital businesses, because I have several digital businesses. And for me, I have no shame in starting again. Yeah, I am. Thank you. I have no shame in starting again. I have no shame in doing anything from scratch. Even when I'm thinking about all the successes I've had in the past, I don't have any shame when it comes to like saying, right, you know what, this channel, I'm building it again. I'm starting from scratch, or I am building it from where I left off. Built up to 1,000 subscribers, and now it's all about building more watch time and getting more information out there. Oh, great, mashallah, mashallah. Getting more people out there and getting more information out there and connecting with more and more people and just building from there. I'm going to leave my email address in the description, by the way, if you want to connect with me. I have a few Discord groups. I'm going to leave this live here. This live has been 35 minutes. So I'm going to leave this live here. I'm going to do another live this evening at 8:30 p.m. Gulf Standard Time. Someone else is coming in, and I'm just about to leave this live. I'm going to do another live at 8:30 p.m. Gulf Standard Time. It's 4:30 right now, so in 4 hours I'll go live again. For the next 30 days, I'm doing lives daily without missing a day. So you can check in with those. All the videos I'm going to be doing are going to be about making money online, the mindset you need to make money online, and all of those things. And some of the times I'm just going to be working, because today it was going to be a work with me and I didn't really do much work on this live. But thank you so much for joining. I really do appreciate Juno. I appreciate all your questions and all of that. And the person who's just joined just now is a fan, I believe. Thank you for joining. I'm going to log off this live now, but like I said, in the description of the live, once it goes into an actual video, I'm going to leave my email address and links and stuff. I'm going to leave links to my remote tasks. I'm going to leave links to my remote tasks group, club. I'm going to leave links to anything else that I think might be helpful to you as well. And I'll also leave my email address in the description as well if you want to catch up. Take care. Bye.